When the gunfire broke out, a lot of neighbors were rushing for cover.
And they report hearing at least 10 shots and then the sirens. WWT 6 News reporter Brandon Scott picks up that part of our coverage.
John and Mallory, while the situation here near 33rd and Martin has calmed down considerably, there is still a very heavy police presence here. Investigators still behind this crime tape, working this crime scene. And when we first arrived on the scene this afternoon, I can tell you this entire neighborhood was in chaos. People were panicked. We have video to show you of the moments after we first arrived when we saw people running through the streets, shouting and screaming, "Is he dead? Is he dead?" We also saw a family desperately trying to get past the crime tape to reach a loved one whose house was inside the perimeter. I spoke with a man who told me he was trying to reach his daughter and find out if she and her 6 children were okay. He said that cops weren't giving him any answers and that he was scared. In fact, for several moments this afternoon, this entire neighborhood was terrified.
I heard shots fired, and when I heard the shots fired, I ran downstairs in my basement.
It was that frightening.
Oh yeah, it was frightening.
And I am joined by our Matthew Smith, who spent the entire day in the neighborhood with me as well. And Matthew, I heard the same story from folks that they heard a hail of gunfire and they took cover. Tell me what you heard.
Emotion's certainly high, Brandon, and that's all we're hearing from everybody here. There was a sense of panic, absolutely, and things are starting to calm down now, but not for everyone. There is some people nearby who are still curious at this time whether or not their family was actually involved, possibly even the victim that was shot at the police scene that you see behind me right now. Possibly the reason they believe that is because of a phone conversation that happened earlier in the day. Now, I've been speaking with them throughout the past couple of hours, but at their request, they do not want to put a comment out right now. We're going to respect that information and the fact that they don't want to talk right now, but we will continue to work with them and try to figure out anything. We do know that they aren't hearing a whole lot of information from police at this time. But we do want to tell you that the search does continue at this hour. In fact, my photographer and I were here just a little bit ago, around 3 o'clock, when the scene that we're standing at now got pushed back. If you were out here, you can tell this is a very, very large area. About 15 officers, though, were particularly looking at Vane Street. That area is where they believe something may still be here, a part of this scene. In fact, just moments ago, we saw them with a metal detector up in that area. The police presence certainly has shrunk at this time, but it does not appear their work processing the crime scene will be done anytime soon. Now, I can tell you this situation has a lot of people confused at this time. In fact, there's a lot of traffic that we usually don't see in this area this time of day, despite the fact that police have asked people keep their distance so they can continue to do their work in this area. A few people here that I were talking to also do citizen patrols in this neighborhood. They tell me they're shocked to see that this has happened here because it had calmed down quite a bit recently until just a few days ago when there was a reported carjacking. That was just 3 or 4 nights ago. We're going to continue to track the latest details here. I'll be posting them on Twitter. Our station is doing that as well. And of course, you can always get it on our app at WOWT 6 News. For now, reporting near 33rd and Martin, I'm Matthew Smith, WOWT 6 News.